Hey guys, what is up? It's Katie. So today I'm going to walk you through how you can market and strategize for your week ahead. As coaches, one of the things that I know that we need to do for our business is go into our social media with a plan intact. What are we focusing on? What is our call to action? What do we want people to do with the information that we're providing? Because if we're going into social media and we don't really have a purpose, we're just kind of becoming noise, so to speak. So I want to share with you something that I started doing that's so easy to implement. And all you need is this Post-it. It's a Post-it calendar, and you can get it at the link below. I left it in the comments section. But what I'm going to show you is just how I sort of think about my week ahead. So what you guys see here are my 3 areas of focus, right? So as a coach, and what I do in my business is I run challenge groups. I invite people to join our team in the coaching opportunity. And the other thing I do is I need to give myself what I call the X factor, which is what makes me different, what makes me somebody that others can relate to, what makes me stand out in the noise, what makes me, a coach that's different than the 400,000 other coaches out there. And so what I do is I go through and I say, all right, these are my 3 areas of focus this week. And I really want to focus on more than 3 areas. I would probably on a usual basis only do 2. But in this case, for this week, I'm focusing on 3 areas. So I know my posts are going to meet one of those 3 things. So I'm going to invite people to my next group, my next challenge group, which just so happens to be a free group. I'm going to invite people to learn more about what I do as a coach. And then I'm also going to show people my X factor. All right, so let's take a look first at where we see the January free group. Okay, so I think to myself as a coach, what are the things that make my free group something that people would want to join, or where can they find information? What are people going to do in this free group? What's going to be the focus of the free group? All of that kind of information is stuff that I need to get out there. And so I just went through and I created a very quick little brain jot. It took me about 5 minutes to do, and said, all right, what are the things that I can focus on? Well, I'm going to be offering a meal plan in there. I know that I need to create an event link. I have a giveaway. I want to focus on my challenger successes within there. And I also want to give them a challenger transformation too, so that they also see that this free group is a great way to get started with your own transformation. I'm going to focus on the fact that I'm giving them quick workouts that can be done with their own workouts or just as a great place to start. I'm also going to talk to them a little bit about nutrition. I'm going to show them a little bit about Shakeology, and also that this group offers accountability. So those are some of the ideas. I do the same thing with coaching. Like, why would someone want to join my team? Like, what makes my team so cool? And so what makes me unique as a coach as well? So I'm going to talk about the fact that coaching gives me personal accountability. I'm focused on my own goals, my own nutrition. I'm going to talk about the accountability within the team page. I'm going to talk about the fact that as a coach, I get to celebrate with my customers their amazing results. It's another one. Oh, I'm going to focus on time management, because that's one of the biggest objections I get as a coach is I don't have time. And then the other thing that I'm going to focus on then is what I call the X factor. And this is what's going to make me unique. And these are things that I sort of scatter in throughout. So I'm going to talk about my own Whole30 journey, Max 30, what One Fit Fighter actually is. I'm going to talk about Every Sweat Matters. I'm going to talk about the idea of rocking your purpose. And then I'm also going to throw some really funny quotes out there, because that sort of is in line with my personality. And then once I have all this information, I give each a color for my organizational sake. So if you can see, we have yellow, blue, and green Post-it notes. And what I do is I go in and I fill those ideas into the calendar. So for example, I have the yellows, which was my invite to my challenge group, which is the free event. So I know that on any given day, those are the things that I'm going to talk about. So I'm really, really organized for my week ahead as to what I'm going to post. So I wrote that in this week, I'm going to share the event link at least 3 times. I already did it once today, so I checked it off. I know I'm going to share Shakeology 3 times. And then I go through and I just plug and chug, so to speak. So on Monday, today I did an ESM post. I talked about personal accountability already. And then tonight I plan on giving people a taste of my coaching by just sharing a little bit about my personality. I know that I'm gonna give at least 7 funny like memes or just quotes or something. So each time I do that, I'm gonna check that off. And I do this throughout the week, and I organize it by, am I gonna do this in the morning, at mid-afternoon, maybe mid-morning, afternoon, and then evening. And so I know that it's also keeping me accountable to make sure that I'm posting at least like 2 to 5 times a day to keep up with my social media. And then I just make sure at the end of the week or at the end of each post, there's some type of call to action that either gets them to think, or it gets them to want to do something, want to act, or it's something where I'm just asking them to comment below on something. But this is just very quick how I sort of map out my week ahead so that I'm never really lost on what do I post about, what's my focus, because I already have a plan intact for the week. So that's my tip for you about how you can organize your week. Hope that information helps.